Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the OK Grognard Show. That's not right. I think we need this one here. It is Saturday, June 20th, 2020, 9:30 a.m. Central in beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. It's Saturday, so we're going to take a look at a short animated feature from a DM's perspective, a review, if you will, a DM review of the 4th episode of Season 1 of Conan the Adventurer, the animated series. Just to give a little background on this, this is the 4th episode of Season 1, as I said. It is the first episode not written by Christy Marks, who not only wrote the first 3, but went on to write several more. Another at the end of Season 1 and a couple more in Season 2, the long season. But Christy Marks, of course, further went on to become the I don't know if she was lead writer, but a writer with Gem and the Holograms. I think it's fair to say one of her main efforts beyond Conan, because she was a creative consultant for 15 episodes of Conan the Adventurer, Christy Marks was, as well as a story editor for 13 episodes, 1992, essentially the full first season. She wrote the first 3, another one later, and she also has the honor of being involved in that other way. Right? So, Night of Fiery Tears, Blood Brother, Star Shadowzar, the first 3, and then episode 9, Windfang's Eerie, which we'll get to down the line. However, Catherine Lawrence, sad tell there, left this mortal coil in 2004. Her body sadly found with a suicide note along the San Pedro River in Arizona. She was suffering from chronic fatigue syndrome, and she often thought of writing as not so much a solitary pursuit, but as a collaborative one. She is quoted as saying, "Writing is seen as a solitary career, but none of us write in a vacuum. Long before readers, there are colleagues, friends, and those writers who inspire us." She would go on to write a total of 7 rather, of Conan the Adventurer. This one, and we're about to look at, Grey Wolf of Xanthus, in Season 1, but another 6 in Season 2. And she was far from done. These are 92, 93, and she did not leave us until 2004. A couple of episodes of other series that she had written airing after her passing. In any event, here we are now, looking at this 4th episode, so we will get her underway. Of course, we cannot do this with sound. It is a review, but copyright laws require that we change it in some ways, and the simplest way is to just have no sound. Bit of an update. They're looking at what's happened so far in the show, which includes him gaining these two adventuring companions. And also, it all starts when, is it Thothamon? No, Rathamon comes to his village seeking the star metal of which his sword is made, and discovering that Conan's father had collected all of his star metal, made a bunch of weapons. Star metal able to turn these snake people back into their snaky form and send them back through the dimension whence they came. Their snaky god Set from the other dimension had been banished. There's two more to come. That's right, two more adventuring buddies. Let's see if one of them comes in today. Grey Wolf of Xanthus. So the three of them are taking the trail in the mountains when there's a bit of a rumble, bit of a landslide. Uh-oh. Zulu. It is Zula. Let me get the name right. Zula. Knocked from his horse, as is Jasmine. Conan's horse Thunder, who he gains in the first episode. Man, he's strong. He just muscling those rock-slided stones around like they're nothing. Thank goodness his horse wasn't hurt. Uh-oh, arrows. What's up with that? We lost somebody. They must be underneath. They gotta find them. Pitching those stones around. But his buddies are way down there. He's basically throwing stones at him. He doesn't realize it. But he's cleared away so he can maybe help them. Remember, this is a DM review of this material, so we're looking for atmosphere that it might give. Magic staff. Very nice. Able to create a whirlwind. Snowstorm. I didn't see the snow there before, so I don't know if he's created the snow with this or if he's just riled it up. I guess there's been snow laying around in different recesses. Yeah. So he's picking it up with a whirlwind spell, not so much creating the snow. There are a lot of runes on that staff. Do we call that a staff? Is it too small for a staff? Too large for a wand? Is that what we would call, in first edition, a rod with runes upon it? Well, he makes it up there. A little chilly. Gonna knock that baseball bat out of his hands. Put him on the ground. Threaten him. What did you do to my pals? Go ahead and kill me if that's what you think. That's not me. Oh, well, if it wasn't you, then I'm sorry. I'm at your service, he says, and of course, this must be is this Misha? He's able to get his staff or his rod back. Digging them runes, gotta say. Some of them pink, some of them green. What's up with that? Why don't we turn this into a flying carpet? We'll go down and get your pals. Oh yeah, Conan, he doesn't trust magic. Something important to remember about barbarians, right, is generally speaking not big on the magic. Thunder's a little put off. Horses aren't good enough for you anymore. Uh-oh, Zula, don't move around too much, buddy. I think those rocks are loose. Uh-oh. Ooh, no. This is not good. Thank goodness. Just in time, even as they're falling. Conan and his new pal come on by with the flying carpet. And there's my town. Check it out. Top of a mountain. Is it a castle? Is it a town? It's got fruit trees. Oh, it's got all sorts of hanging gardens. Those are lovely. I like some of the hanging statues too. Those could be inspirational, right? Out comes our comic relief, the young phoenix needle, who loves pomegranates. We've established that. We'll just stick its face right in there. Oh, he's goofy on it. Goofy on the pomegranates. Okay, so there are more people here and more flying carpets. So is this the future that we were promised with the flying cars that we never got? So there's a different wardrobe here going on, right? So they're in the mountains. They got to be dressed warm. And we're kind of hand waving how they get a hold of these things. But the horned helmet, interesting, must be tied to some culture or other in the land of Robert E. Howard. Now see that? There's a rod in the hands of that statue that's very similar to the one held by our wizard. But it would appear that there are all sorts of wizards here. Now these voices, I'll just mention, Mesmira and Sasha, both voiced by Kathleen Barr. There's a character, now Grey Wolf. Now Grey Wolf might be the one he's already met. That might be Grey Wolf. And that might be Misha. Uh-oh. My sword can find out who the traitors are in your midst. Yep, you got a snake man hidden among you, a spy for Rathamon. Love those bolas that Zula has. Now remember, he got that little potion from Jesmond that allows him those to return to him, so they should be returning to him now. That's a continuity thing, right? Flying scorpions. That is a neat idea. That is one we need to introduce. They're kind of like a sturge, except they don't suck blood. They inject poison, right? They've got the pincers too, though. Splooch. Ah, but anything that flies, susceptible to whirlwinds. And that one splattered one against the wall. She's got a pretty cool. I think we'd go staff on this one. It's a bit longer. It doesn't have all the runes on it. That's definitely a staff. So this whole kingdom in the sky here is just full of wizard types, spellcasters anyway. And we like that. Although, Conan should be a bit more nervous, right? What's up with all you spellcasters? How many more of you are in league with Rathamon? Let's find out exactly which one of you has a spell, maybe to save my family, that were turned to stone by that bastard in episode 1. That's something that should be part of the quest, right? We definitely want to make sure that if we're around a bunch of wizards, that we see about getting our parents and our grandfather turned back from living stone. This is, after all, why he left the village in the first place. Nice little snaky plant. What's going on? Okay, so they busted into that trader's actual location. He's got experiments. This is his private quarters. He's got some obviously evil experiments going on. But what's this box with the wolves on it? He must have stolen that at some point, or got hold of it. A little bit foggy. What do you say? Scout ahead there, Needle. Phoenix. Having trouble staying aloft. Coughing on that stuff. What's up? Ooh, got you gagging, huh? A little mouth to beak resuscitation here. No, we got some magic for that. It's okay. He's not living. Put him in back into the shield. He'll be fine. Once he melts in, right? He'll reconstitute. Gosh, I hope so. Maybe he's just in stasis until you can bring him out and heal him. Who knows? Well, we can blow that terrible, ugly fog down a hole or away. Oh, and look at that. He had a number of prisoners hidden in the cavern in a pit and had it all guarded by a poisonous fog. We are the ones who can lift us all out of here. We couldn't do it with the poison fog above. Fair enough. Contingency. And now, of course, we have 4 more. He's a main guy, though. We like him. We wish he could be part of Conan's ongoing team, right? Or would that be too much magic? Grey Wolf is one of the characters. What you doing? Oh, really? So, not a snaky person, but still evil? Trapping them in? Tranquilizer darts? Or are they poison? Well, I think, ooh, I oughta. Okay. Uh-oh. They're being paralyzed, right? What's going on with that? Are they not? Are they trying to make their saving throws? Is that what's happening here? Oh, it turns them into wolves. That's a problem. So it's sort of a lycanthropy catalyst that can be put on a dart, on a blow dart, to turn a couple of people into wolves that you can command. So it doesn't just turn them into wolves. It makes them your wolf minions. That's pretty useful. These are the ins and outs between commercials, calling back what happened in earlier episodes. Now we're back at it, though. Alright, well, you know what? You got yourself a potion. You don't know what it is, but maybe it'll blow something up. Yep, there you go. Blow up the portcullis so you can escape. They hear the commotion. They're done downstairs. They've rescued the elders. Something coming. Oh, Jesmyn, what's going on? 2 wolves? Yeah, but they're good people. They're just afflicted. They've been transformed. They aren't themselves evil. So what do? How do you protect them but not? Oh, quick! Bunch of bricks. Build a wall. No, I'm just gonna shove it in front, huh? Okay. I guess that works for the time being. Can't do it. Can't use the sword. That's so-and-so and so-and-so, and they didn't do anything wrong. They just got transformed. What about you guys? You got any spells you can cast? Well, now that we're free, we can use the combined efforts of an electrical whirlwind that'll create a cage that we can hold them in until they transform back, or we find a better solution. Get them in the cage. Alright, you two, I'll reason with them. Nope, can't be done. Gonna have to trick them. Get out of the way. Here you go. We can only hold it so long. We'll go through, add some bars. Boom. Captured. Well, makes sense. They aren't actually evil themselves, so You have to hold them off. But what about her? What about evil sorceress? She is a danger to the entire community. Oh, okay. So she can make plants with snaky heads, like we saw in the laboratory of the first guy they vanquished. Now, interesting effect here, right? We already knew that the star material can vanquish these, once revealed, can vanquish these snake people. Once you remove their human guise, you can actually send them back to the other dimension. So it's actually, with Conan having a sword and her Jessamine having the stars and Zula having the bolus, it's pretty easy for them to vanquish these snake people. So you've got to have people like this, who are corrupted, evil human beings, that can also be adversaries that aren't as easily dismissed. Obviously, you throw the stars, you fire the crossbow, pop, 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 we cut off some things, but there's so many of them. How much damage are you actually going to do? Even the big sword, well, root and stem. Okay. Chop our way in through the tentacles. There's a lot of them. These are plant tentacles, right? Oh, they've got Jessamine. It's a good fight. It's a good combat sequence. What about me? Oh no, my friends. Uh-oh. You've swallowed the Phoenix Needle. What does that do? Can he magic his way out? Okay. Almost got away, but now two of them are captured. Where's Conan during all this? He's climbing his way up. But he's also wrangled up in the tentacles now, too. I guess we call them tentacles rather than vines. It's more than just plant now, right? It's monster. So we can give it that. So if you get up to the heads and you chop off the heads, that is how you deal with something like this. You've ruined everything, she cries. She's still got magic in her, though. She ain't messing around. Uh-oh. She does not. Apparently, she was somewhat depleted, so she couldn't get off a spell. And the more he hacks away at this thing, the less power she has. It's all just draining out. It was all in there. And now, oh, it's power that she drew from all the spellcasters in the city. And now Conan, by cutting them all apart, is giving it all back. And this is good. This is the kind of thing because it's an effect that keeps everybody else out of the action, puts the focus on the heroes. Even their new companion. Here's your power. It's in this bloomin' onion. This power restoration, sponsored by Outback. Well, Conan's just happy he's made some new friends and vanquished another. But where did she go? Okay, well, we're going to restore our two buddies. Ooh, it's taken more than he thought. Pretty powerful, huh? Not enough. Oh no. I took the evil out of them, but they're still wolves. That's an interesting twist. So the magic was not powerful enough to turn them back. What about these four? They made the cage. Well, they'll remove the cage now that the wolves are not evil anymore. But they're still... Oh. Well, that gives him his name Grey Wolf, right? And now he can join them as a companion. What about some pomegranates for your little friend? Do we trust this? I don't know. You meet someone on the way out of town offering fresh fruit when you just came out of a town where you could just pluck any pomegranates off the trees that you wanted. Look at her face. She's looking devious. So they're not gonna go in with her at all, but they're letting her go. Now, have they taken two different trails? Two of them went right and two of them went left, and that looks like there's a divide. That's interesting. Well, we know that she's evil. We know that she's still out there. So she will be a recurring villain. And there you go. There you go. Babe Battle, part of the storyboard crew. Gotta love it when people use their nicknames. Back in the 90s. Wally Burr, voices directed by Talons, Beatty, Chalk, of course, Donovan, Scott McNeil, the ever versatile Janice Jod, engineer, there's Ellen Burr there. Background designs, layout design, color design. So these three here have more to do with the feel of the visuals than most anybody, right? Here we go. Acom Production Company. Now, directors would suggest that some of this work is being done overseas. Yes, overseas supervisor. That's interesting. So they have a production house overseas where they're in Asia where they're churning out some of the work on this. Even though it's primarily a Canadian production, if the casting is anything to judge by. Torres Rogers, 92 Sunburn, Conan Properties, and of course Christy Marks, who had more to do with it than any other single individual, one must surmise. Executives, good, all helpful. And Sunbow Productions. Well, gotta say, I like this episode a lot. I think there's a lot of good stuff going on in it. I will say we're close to our 30-minute mark, so a real quick look at what's coming up. Rules retrospective tomorrow. Weekly news and giveaway coming on Monday. Cartography world building Tuesday. Campaign discussion on Wednesday. Crafting painting Thursday. Virtual tabletop adventure building on Friday, and back around to another cartoon review. I want to thank everybody who's following the channel, who gets a chance to speak up in the Steam chat. Also, thank you very much. If you're on YouTube watching this, be sure to be a subscriber and give us a little comment. We'd appreciate it very much. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.